This, believe it or not, is Euclid Book 5, definitions number 10 and 11. Okay? Number 10 says if you have four magnitudes which are continuously proportional. Okay? That's fine. Four magnitudes that are continuously proportional. We have magnitude number 1, which is a number 1 right up here. Magnitude number 2, which is number 2 right here. Magnitude number 3, which is a number 4 right here. And finally, magnitude number 4, which is a number 8 right down there. Okay. So, the first is said to have to the fourth the triplicate ratio of what it has to the second, and so on. Okay? So, the first is said to have to the fourth. Well, here's the first one here, and here's the fourth one here. It has a triplicate ratio between here and here. And, of course, it has a duplicate ratio from here to here. So, the 1 to the 4 is a duplicate ratio. The 1 to the 8 is a triplicate ratio. How do we know this? Because 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4, and 1/4 times 1/4 is 1/8. So 1/8 is a triplicate ratio to 1/2. Okay? Now then, let's talk about number 11, in which it says you have corresponding magnitudes. What are corresponding magnitudes? Well, first of all, you have to know the words antecedents and consequence. There's antecedents and there's consequence. Antecedents in any ratio is the top number. Now, if you recall correctly, I said that a ratio is really written as 1:2. Like that. Okay? But you can also write a ratio like this. You can write it as 1/2 or 1:2. Either way, it's okay. They would rather you write it this way so you don't confuse it with an ordinary fraction, but that's up to you. Because you can have a fraction as a part of a ratio. And they don't want you to confuse a fraction with a ratio. Okay? So, antecedents are the first number. Here's the first number here. Here's the first number here. Consequence, here's the first number here, and here's the second number. It's the second number. This is the second number here, and here's the second number, and here's the second number. So an antecedent is the first number in a ratio. The consequence is the second number in a ratio. Now we can say the rest of the definition. Corresponding magnitudes is used of antecedents in relation to antecedents, and the same thing with the consequence. Okay? So you're relating an antecedent of one ratio to an antecedent of another ratio, or a consequence of one ratio to another consequence in another ratio. Okay? And those are corresponding magnitudes. And we'll get into that a little bit more intently as we continue on in Book 5, but at least now you know. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.